Hey, what's good, y'all? Golden God here. And my bad, I slacked on my posting. I was supposed to be posting every day because the algorithm with YouTube was supposed to be, focusing on smaller creators. And I kind of slacked on that. I ain't really gather my content yet. I ain't really know what I wanted to talk about fully. So one thing I didn't want to do was just jump online and babble about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to at least have something to talk about so I can get some engagement. You know what I'm saying? Get people who interested in what I might be wanting to talk about. And so today, I wanted to talk a little bit about what happened at the Super Bowl and kind of the response that is getting from social media. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about Serena Williams and her doing the crip walk at the Super Bowl. I, for one, personally, I ain't even watch it. I was at work during the Super Bowl. I ain't watch that. I ain't going to watch no clips. I saw some stuff pop up on my social media and stuff like that. And, my personal opinion, if so, the original narrative, I guess, was that she was used as like a pawn in some of the subliminal messaging that K Dot was throwing at Drake. And in my opinion, I'm like a married woman, the age she is, 40, whatever she is. I'm like, okay, if that's true, you know what I'm saying? That's childish, man. Like, at some point, you just got to get too old for the nonsense, especially when you marry and you're dealing with an ex. Like, at some point, you just got to be like, all right, yeah, if this is the inclination here, like, I'm not getting involved. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go home to somebody saying, hey, why you feel like you had to get involved with something involving your ex? Like, that's just an unnecessary argument. But neither here nor there. That's just kind of the backstory behind it. So I guess some of the people in the black community got mad when they saw a picture floating around of her husband or whatever the case might be, talking about she's saying she's doing something for the culture and then gonna go back home to a white dude. And so, obviously there was commentary behind that, something I'm not really gonna dive into. But the thing I took issue with was there was a post floating around on X. I don't know if it was posted yesterday, today, and the post said something along the lines of she tried with niggas, I think it said, or black men, something along the she tried with you niggas, and this is where she ended up, showing the picture of the white dude, her husband. Now, when it said she tried with you niggas, it was a picture of Amari Stoudemire, Common, and Drake. And so the first thing I thought when I looked at that is I wasn't offended by it or nothing like that. I was offended by the fact that somebody tried to diminish black men, but I wasn't offended by Serena, you know what I'm saying, dealing with black dudes and then marrying a white dude. I don't care. But the thing that really got under my skin is this. How you gonna create a post saying she tried with you niggas and then have the worst possible example of the type of man that anybody should be trying to get with if they looking for a lasting relationship? I don't think it's a human being walking this earth that thinks that basketball players, Amari Stoudemire, and rappers, Common and Drake, are faithful or loyal or the relationship type, especially at the height of their careers, when they're getting money, they're single, they're having success, higher success than they've ever had. And it's like, as a woman, if you don't know that and you letting these dudes bag you, and you know what these dudes having, the kind of money they got options, they definitely clapping. Like, why would you not say, yo, young black women, if you want to have successful relationships, you know what I'm saying, vet your partner better and know what you getting into ahead of time. And so what we're doing is we praising Serena for dipping out on the black culture because the men she was dating didn't have what she wants. Again, I'm assuming here. I don't know what happened in their relationship. I don't really care. But that's the story that's being told by this person who posted this, is that she was dealing with black men. They couldn't do what they were supposed to do to keep her. She dipped off, got married to a white dude, and now she's good. And like, I compare that to, like, all right, let's say, like, me personally, I don't like cheese, so I can't eat a cheeseburger. It's disgusting. I won't do it. Like, I do that whenever it's like cheese on my sandwich. So if I order a hamburger, you know, lettuce, tomato, all the fixings or whatever, and say no cheese, I'm good. I could rock with that. But if somebody put cheese on that sandwich, I'm like, yo, I can't do it. I may try it, but I know I'm only going to get halfway at the most through that sandwich before I push it away. And I'm like, nah, I can't do that no more. And I think most of us are like that with things that we know we don't like. So going to the type of man you know you don't like and expecting it to come out good is the equivalent of going to a restaurant, ordering a cheeseburger, and then expecting the cheeseburger to be the one time that you make an exception and say, you know what, this is a good cheeseburger. I think I'm gonna rock with this. That's not gonna happen. It's just not. You might try different types of cheese because there's something in you that wants to like the cheese. Maybe it's visually more appealing. It just looks juicier when somebody's biting into it. It looks a little bit better. So in your mind, maybe you're like, well, yeah, maybe I want to, you know, try the cheese a little bit. But you know you don't like cheese, right? But you're trying it. And you're like, you know what? I can't do this. I'm going to a different restaurant, a whole different restaurant. You go to another restaurant, and instead of ordering a cheeseburger, you order a hamburger. Now, when you order that hamburger, you bite into it. It's not nasty because you know there's no cheese on it. It might not even be the most delicious hamburger, but it ain't nasty because it ain't got cheese on it. So it's not a bad sandwich. You sit down, you eat the whole hamburger, and then you get up and you say, yo, I got a new favorite restaurant. They do their hamburgers right over here. And it's like, that's the equivalent of saying you tried out a black man who's a basketball player or a rapper in their prime, getting all this money and single. That's the equivalent of dating those and then dipping off on black men and going to date a white man who does not fall in that realm of the most likely to be unfaithful or be committed, and then saying, yep, white men do it better. She tried with you niggas and she's happy with a white man. That's the equivalent of going to that restaurant, ordering a cheeseburger, knowing you don't like it, saying you hate the restaurant, going to another restaurant, ordering a hamburger and say, yeah, this restaurant's better. Don't that sound stupid? That sound real dumb, right? So it's like, if that sounds dumb in terms of food, ordering something you know you're not going to like, and then expecting it to be good or delicious and blaming the whole restaurant, that's the equivalent of what a lot of these women do, or at least projected to do when they say they tried with black men and then they dipped off to white dudes. So when they're dealing with black men, they're rappers, they in the streets, they're young basketball players who just out there trying to flex and clap everything. Rappers the same way. It's like you date those types, knowing what they are, expecting to get a different response or result from that situation. And so, you know, I commented on it and I kind of expressed that, like, you used the worst, you know, type of individual to really say she was dealing with black men and dipped out. And so the response I got was from somebody totally different, was like, yeah, she dated in her tax bracket. And she was staying away from the brokies or whatever, like me or whatever. I don't know. People don't know how much money I make. And so my response to her was, so you actually trying to say that the only black men in her tax bracket were athletes or rappers? Like, and it's crazy because it seems to be the mentality of a lot of black women or even modern women, is that the only type of black man that makes good money is a rapper or an athlete. And I'm sorry, but realistically, if that's the way you think, you're not gonna blame the cheeseburger because it got cheese on it when you don't like cheese. Next time, if you in that restaurant, order a hamburger because you know you like hamburgers because you don't like cheese. Don't be mad at the cheeseburger for being a cheeseburger. Don't blame the restaurant because they serve cheeseburgers if you ask for it. Blame yourself because you didn't order a hamburger. Blame yourself because when the cheeseburger was delivered on your plate, you didn't look at it and say, nah, that's a cheeseburger. I don't want that. You actually tried the cheeseburger. That's your fault. Ain't nobody else's fault. That's your fault. So trying to blame black men, or trying to shame black men, I should say, because she went and dipped out and got a white man, you know, more power to her. She married. I'm all about marriage. You know, get married, be picky, because it is, you know, something you got to put work into. But get married, be picky, be in love, live happily ever after, and be good and mind your own business and stay away from all these knuckleheads around here trying to ruin your life. And I'm all for that. But you just got to be accountable if you making dumb decisions about who you try to be with because they gave you a certain feeling inside. So that caused you to overlook everything else, or because a bank account had a certain number and that caused you to overlook everything else. Like, be smart about some of this stuff. Be smart about it. Don't blame black men for the 10% of black men that's causing all the damage in our community. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to pick a little bit better. Look in a few different areas, pick a better man, and maybe you'll walk away with a smile and keep you a black man instead of hating us all. You feel me? So that was it. I just wanted to touch on that. I see a lot of stuff in posts and comments and stuff that I'm probably going to talk about on my channel. And hopefully, you know, you guys are a little bit engaged. Like, subscribe, you know, comment, you know, help keep my engagement up. And I'm going to try to bring more content to y'all on a regular basis, try to post more regularly. I finally am a little more situated with my my presentation, my light, my audio. And hopefully it's pleasing to you guys, and hopefully y'all come back to the channel. If not, I'm going to keep working till y'all do come back. You feel me? But y'all enjoy. Have a good night, and I'll get with y'all next time.